Good morning and welcome to A Better World with Julann and Fran. I'm Julann.
And I'm Fran, and our guest today is Alanna Starr. Welcome, Alanna.
Hi, welcome to
Morning.
my morning. I'm so happy to be here.
And can you talk a little bit about what you're doing to make the world a better place?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, I am a dedicated mother. I stay home with my two beautiful boys, Leo and Oliver. And wow, that is just being a mother in itself, like being able to do the emotional work that it takes to every day show up for your children. It's a challenge, of course, but I feel like every day I get a little better and better at my own emotional regulation. So I think that in itself is a big deal when it comes to how the world is being shaped. But other than that, as you know, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and that's where you and I met from HMI. And from there on, I went on to join three other of the beautiful ladies who attended that school around the same time that I did. And we formed a band and a medicine. It's a medicine music. We were all doing sound healing, breath work, a fusion of all these different things, and we created ceremonies together where we serenaded people, made them, gave them healing circles and whatnot, and we all went our separate ways. Right now, I'm currently doing medicine song circles at a space called Satara in Burbank. And I do we do light language in these beautiful spaces, and I share medicine songs that are passed down from all different kind of lineages and different languages. And we really just hold space for healing to take place through medicine songs. And medicine songs are the type of songs that are used traditionally in plant medicine ceremonies. And we don't drink the medicine inside of these ceremonies. They're to bring the vibration and the frequency of the songs that are shared um, in in they're meant to bring the frequency of healing and good vibrations to people without even needing the medicine. So yeah, it's a beautiful ceremony. We do a song, we teach the songs, we share them. People also share their own songs, and it's absolutely incredible. I also do meditations there as well. And yeah, so I just use all the skills that I've gathered over the years and all the healing modalities, and I've been learning to fuse them together to bring them to people. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Wow, that is fascinating. You used the term, excuse me, light language.
Mhm.
What is that?
I'm glad you asked. So light language, it's not like speaking in tongues, so to say, right? There's the biblical aspect of speaking in tongues, and there's something called light language. And light language, the funny thing is, I'll tell you a short story. I went to a women's circle. I believe it was a red tent. It could have been a red tent training that I was getting. And I met this woman there. Her name was Dr. Nikki Starr. And we just happened to have the same middle name and go by it using the same way with the two double R's. And at the end of this session, I ended up hearing her talking to somebody. And she was like, such and such in light language. And we were speaking in light language. And I was like an antenna. I was like, what did you, can I interrupt you? I'm like, what did you just say? And she goes, we were speaking in light language. And I said, can you tell me exactly what that is? And she goes, it was just this language that I speak in that it's not anything that you would understand like consciously, but I speak it. And I was like, I think I do the same thing. And I've never showed anybody, I've never told anybody before because I thought it was kind of crazy. But basically, you just allow because there's sounds that are not expressed. Sometimes I found that when I would express sounds, it would let my emotions out that or wasn't able to express to other people. But I just would do it on my own sometimes, and sometimes my hands would move and I would just do these things, right? Maybe I'll show you guys. um but ultimately it is, you can be speaking the language of somebody else's soul, and then when they hear it, it actually like helps them feel better. That actually sometimes it's almost like you're praying, but you're not really it's like your conscious mind cannot decipher what it's saying, so it's almost like your soul is saying it. And so I've been told that they've heard words come out in Aramaic, which is a prayer.
Yeah.
It's an old ancient language, right? Aramaic is supposedly the language that Yeshua, Jesus spoke, and the Essenes, but and it was just a few words that they said that it was almost like you're praying in Aramaic. That was from one person who's a Moroccan, who actually told me that. And then another Arabic, someone who speaks Arabic, caught words in there. So, and also Asian, it sounds kind of like Oriental sometimes. So I think it depends on who I'm with and who's listening and what it's for. So yeah, it is a very powerful. You will see it a lot more like on YouTube these days, and people are doing a lot of light language channeling. And I did it way before I even saw it on the internet before. So yeah,
So
it's
it just came to you? You were by yourself one day and you started to make sounds to make yourself feel better and words came out?
right. Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
That's fascinating. How old were you when that happened?
I was in my early 20s.
And had something traumatic happened prior to it?
Oh, well, I mean, not in the current. I actually, when you say traumatic, I didn't have the easiest childhood. And I think that maybe part of my healing journey has always been me trying to heal just things from my childhood at some level, or even beyond this lifetime, or even just my ancestors. I came in here with the codes to do a lot of this work. And it's taken me a long time to actually say that out loud, that I do this light language. So I've shared things online too before, but not as much as other people do,
Is there a reason for that?
because I was afraid of what people would think.
Yeah, people are so close-minded
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really unfair because here what you're doing is connecting and and healing and encouraging good things to happen. And people are still going to be, well, that's weird. I don't understand it. So, they close the door to it. And that's so unfortunate because they're missing out then.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And we're living in such an incredible time right now where we're almost like we're taking off our masks and we're taking off the armor, and we're showing our true self, because right now it's really needed. And I realized that it wasn't just for me. It wasn't just for me. Like, it feels good, and I know that what's coming out is a good thing. And so yeah, so the reason why I brought the light language up to begin with is that my four circles back of my medicine song circles, I felt the time that it was time to share in this group of people. And when I did, the owner of the space, Rebecca, she was like, I had no idea. She was like, I've been almost praying for this to experience this and see this. And she had experienced it before. And she's like, I had no idea it was right here the whole time. And I was just like, the feedback that I got, it was, of course, my ego was like, oh, this feels nice, like this is good to hear this feedback. But it was really my soul that was like, yes, you finally did it. Um, it's almost like the most sacred thing that I consider sacred is the thing that I should be doing and sharing, and I wasn't. So when I did, it felt really authentic.
Wow, that's an amazing story.
That is.
It really is. Now there's a theory that before we incarnate, we have a conference with our Creator, and we choose every detail of our lives, every moment of our lives, even the more um, difficult parts. Do you think, do you know why you might have chosen to be this person and have this experience?
Mm. I like that question. If I'm going to be completely honest, all the roles that I play, I've been, for my age, I've done many different things in this lifetime. Um, but I think I came back here. I think that I am one of the ones who came here during this time to assist, humanity in this next stage that we're going in. And I feel that I came to unite tribes, to unite the different tribes, because there's a lot of separation. And through these music and these songs, they actually help unite us and they bring us together, because the songs, the music knows no color skin. It's a comes from the tongue, from the soul, the language of the soul. And I think that if we allow ourselves, it is the work of the Holy Mother and the Holy Father. It's it's a course correction. And I think that I came here for that. I think you asked, please ask the question one more time, because I feel like I need to tune in a little more.
Well, that's a great answer. But the question was, there's a theory that before we incarnate, we have a conference with our creator and we choose every detail of our lives, including
Yes.
the more difficult parts. And do you know why you would have chosen to be this?
Okay, yes. So I definitely know. Okay, so I certainly feel like I picked my parents. My life is very unique to myself, but the certain traumas and the certain wounds that I have are very much associated with what I'm doing now. For instance, I have the Chiron in Cancer. Okay, so Chiron in Cancer is the mother wound, and I was not raised by my mother. There's definitely a mother wound there, and I used to feel like, oh, poor me, it's so sad. But over time, I've healed a lot of that, and I've created a better relationship with the mother aspect. But my main course of work is to work with the Divine Mother, and my writings, my I've co-authored 3 books, and all of my writings are always about that specific thing. And I think even my ceremonies with plant medicine, I've always sought out looking to heal that. And it ended up turning into something much bigger, which is the collective wound we have with the feminine. And I'm very much a believer in that we need both. The most great way to be your highest best self is to integrate both aspects of yourself, both masculine and feminine. But the mother wound is such a deep wound that we are facing in the collective, and that continuously shows up for me to share and to write about, and to I see it everywhere. I see it. And so I definitely think I came as an emissary for that wisdom, and it's part of my gene keys, it's part of my human design, to be a resource of wisdom, which goes back to Sophia, which is wisdom, which is part of the divine feminine. So there's always I am like a big nameologist and numerologist, and I like taking all of the celestial modalities that we have into looking at the bigger picture for them. And so, yes, it's very clear to me that when as we incarnate, that we do have almost like this life script that we choose. That it's going to be hard, but you have to remember. You have to remember why you came here, what you're doing here. And it's not the same for everybody. I do believe that some people are here to witness this great awakening, and some people are here to be in it, and to be a part of it. And I think I'm definitely a part of it. The light language is part of it, the songs are part of it, these beautiful connections and discussions are part of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Um, have you read any Brian Weiss? Hmm.
Oh yeah, many lives, many masters.
Yeah.
Mm.
In one of the books, I forget which one, he mentions that when he was doing a past life regression with one patient, the patient accidentally forward progressed. And that has happened now a few times. And then he began employing that, utilizing that technique. But to a person, everybody who has gone forward has said that at some point we're going to be light. And
Yes.
we're all going to be one.
And the light body is very important. So even yesterday, I did a meditation. It was called the Autumn Reset, and it was really about recalibrating the body. And it does help activate the light body. And a lot of the great teachers that I've studied from, they usually always go back to something about a light body, and that we have that light body, that if we can work with that, it helps us heal our physical body. So I do think that there's a lot with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's so exciting for me. It's so exciting, all this stuff.
Well, it's obvious that you're very learned in a bunch of different areas. it's not like it's only native or only, some other tribe or something like that. You're clearly, well educated in a lot of different ways, and that's great. Because then
And
Yeah, I try to be. Yeah.
right, you're
you can,
passionate, so that
yeah,
shows too.
very passionate. Yeah,
I
I can,
couldn't even put it away if I wanted to. It's just an innate part of me, and everyone knows this about me. If you're around me, I'm gonna go take everything to the next level or look at it like a synchronicity or what is this trying to show me, or everything is a divination tool. If we look at it, you can divine everything. And just it's I don't think that we need to we don't have to do that, but if it's in you already and it's something that if you believe that I have a quote that I wrote. It says, if you look for a sign by way of a bird, blessed are those who believe they are heard. And because it's like, if you feel that you're worthy enough for spirit to speak to you that way, for God to speak to you, for the angels, or you are worthy of that. We are, each and every one of us. And it doesn't stop with the Bible. It's continuously, the books are continuously being written, and we can't always see it in the moment. But we look at history, and there's a book always written about somebody who did something great, and the miracles are continuously unfolding. So it's beautiful to just even be to discuss at this level and have these conversations. To me, is just a gift.
oh, that's,
Have an open perspective to know, like I say, everything happens for me, not to me.
Exactly, I say that too.
And if you're aware, like when you start your day and you meditate in the morning or whatever you do that makes you happy, if you're in tune, you see so many things, or you're aware. When you're aware, everything just seems to work out. I don't know. But if you're so busy rushing and stressing and doing all those things, you miss all those little signs.
Oh goodness, I do that too still. I still struggle. And that's the thing, is I feel like a lot of people think that when you are becoming, or are you trying to be spiritual, or you are in that realm, that a lot of people expect you to never get mad or never be in that flow. And it's actually just not true.
No,
This world is very hard. It is a plane that is literally filled with duality. And I still struggle. You see me in traffic when I'm in a hurry. Oh, I'm the worst. I live in the worst place, California and Los Angeles, and there's traffic everywhere, and it's very frustrated. In this matrix, it will do everything to pull you into that, into those
absolutely
eight
right.
great fears, the eight great fears, right? That the reason why I sing a lot of these songs is because it liberates us from those fears. There's mantras and things that you can sing to help liberate us from that, but we get stuck in it. We get stuck in the wheel, and it's just,
We
we
do.
have to literally do the work. We have to do the great work, the alchemical great work, and find ways to balance and become lighter. And
Okay.
even the lighter our heart is when we pass, the less chance we have to do it again, as far as I know, right? So yeah.
Fran and I were talking before you came on that, you have a plan and you know this is what's going to happen, and then life starts getting in the way and it messes up the whole plan that you had. And I tell my girls, my children, and my grandchildren, just take a breath. I mean, that's all you have to do. When things start to get out of control and you know it's not what it was supposed to be, instead of going with that whole thing, if you just take 2 deep breaths, that's it. You don't have to do anything else, because a lot of people say, well, I don't meditate, or I can't do this, or I would never get hypnotized. Okay, you breathe though, right? So take a couple of deep, deep breaths, and
yes,
It's
amazing, isn't it? If you just
it is.
calm down a
And
little.
right, don't we know, Fran, that all people are hypnotizable?
yeah,
I love the
absolutely.
ones who say they can't be hypnotized. I'm like, really? Because I'm pretty sure that you watched that movie and you were really in it, and you were totally, or you bought that thing off the commercial because you were so in that advertisement. So it's the people who know how the world works, they know how the mind works,
Mhm.
and it has been perfected
Now,
already.
we can
So
only do
we're
that
all in it.
for good, not to
Yes,
sell a mattress, but to
exactly.
be kind to your neighbor.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. And as
listen
for,
to someone you don't agree with.
yes, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, and as for taking the deep breath, if you do breathe in so that your stomach expands instead of your chest and your shoulders, you physically make yourself, you make it impossible for you to go into that stress state. So that really you're not overstating the ease of
Or
it.
even if you did, all of a sudden somebody cut you off and you lost your mind, do it then before it goes for the whole day. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it feel so good though when like you're about to snap back and you actually don't? You're like, oh wow. I'm so proud
Right.
of myself. That was so good. Because it's so easy.
And
Because
that's what I
a
tell
lot of
Fran
people,
too.
a lot of us are literally functioning in our lower 3D mind. And it takes a lot of work to get up here and be above the influence and be above, choose water over wine, so to say, you know. There's a lot there's just so much in the collective that we're all dealing with, and we have to be a little bit more conscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take the personal out if we can. You know, I say to Fran too sometimes that I try to be mindful and don't let things bother. Don't take it personally. Just, you know what I mean? Like if I say my shirt is black, that should have no bearing on your day or how, I try to do that. And the hardest one is my husband, because sometimes he'll do something or he'll, whatever the reason, and I find myself ready to snap. And to be aware of it and to consciously keep my mouth shut. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to answer back. You don't have to,
Yeah.
whatever. If we could just, I don't know, try to take a pause, I think.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, Alanna, how can people contact you when they want to get in touch with you?
You can't. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Well, I'm pretty easy to find on the internet. I have okay. He wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
Hi.
I'll come get you in a second. He's eating his breakfast. Um, I have an Instagram account. It's under Enlightenista. ENLI. There's a light, Enlightenista.
Nice.
And so it's
Okay.
enlighten and then Ista, ISTA.
Okay.
I have a few different Instagram pages. I'll just throw them out there. I have an art account where I make dried flower arts. I make wreaths and ornaments. It's called Earth DNA. Earth DNA.
Okay.
Yes. And I also have another one. It's called Dance Gnosis.
Ah,
So I do a little bit of a teaching of dance with hypnosis, and so that's it's still kind of being perfected, but it gets out there sometimes.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
But the best one is Enlightenista.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Jewel, do you have any other questions?
I do. I just, if there was one thing that you would want people to take away, I know you've said so many wonderful things, but if there were one thing that you could get the audience to listen to or to realize, what would it be?
I think that the main teaching that the Holy Mother, the goddess, and when I say the Holy Mother, I'm always including the the Heavenly Father. Like I'm not just speaking only of the feminine. I feel like I need to say that because I'm not here in a hierarchical high how do you say the word? Hierarchy?
Hierarchical.
Hierarchical. Yes, it's a divine union, and there's something there, and I think that it has a lot to do with a resurrection and a like you're never too far off your path to correct it. You're never too far gone, like no matter what you've done, no matter what you've been through, there's always you can always resurrect your spirit. Like you can always like find your peace in yourself and move on. Like you really can. And just want people to always know that there's always somebody out there that can help you get to another level, whether it's free help or it's like actually booking a session with somebody that can help you, hypnotherapy or regular therapy or Reiki or just like going to a women's circle, a song circle. Like if you feel that call to go heal, like go do it because there's somebody out there who is just literally waiting for you. Somebody's waiting for your gifts in particular, and they could be activated just by being in the right person's presence. So I'd say go for it and don't think that you're too far gone off your path to find your peace.
That is beautiful and so inspiring. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much, Alanna.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
yes,
Really good.
and so this has been another episode of A Better World with Julann and Fran. Please like and share this video, and please join us again next week. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.